Hello, all, and welcome back to First Impressions. And, oh boy! We've got a amazing movie here. Now, normally, I don't look stuff up about the movies that I review. But there are three reasons why I did. One, I just wanted to cross-check something in case I missed something that I didn't. And two, I was horribly curious if there was going to be any sequels or spin-offs. Sequel, and apparently a television series, and I'm like, yes! It shouldn't be hard to figure out. I fucking love this movie, and it's now my favorite. I'm score right now, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm just excited. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. It's not what I was expecting. Even with what I showed myself knowledge, but I did have some expectations from what I knew of Spiderverse. But even what I knew of Spiderverse wasn't accurate. Apparently not that accurate. Honestly, the most I knew about Spiderverse is it involved someone traveling around the universe to kill all the SpiderMan characters. With various versions of him. Spider totems or something like that. And that it involved a bad guy getting in a fight with Japanese Spider-Man's giant robot. And that the giant robot got destroyed, but he got better. The bad guy didn't. I was thinking maybe something like that would interfere. It didn't. And, in fact, I mean, that's a spoiler, but anyone who knows that, it's not surprising there's no giant robot. I've got my likes and dislikes in right here. Top of the dislike list. Free for each. Dislike likes. No Marvel. I go in with one giant misconception, two giant misconceptions with it. I'm not going to touch those yet, though. First, likes. Again, most of these are spoilery, so we're going to go with the easiest one that is a major spoiler. The entire movie is about Miles. Now, I like Miles Morales as a character. I just didn't think the studio liked Miles Morales as a character. I understood this was a breakout film for him, but I didn't realize this was his movie. And I'm happy! I mean, technically speaking, you could call Homecoming his other breakout movie, considering they just basically took a bunch of his character traits and smashed them on the theater, gee, we can make Spider-Man run and read. I'm sorry, I'm still salty about that movie. I'm even more now, because, goddammit, you could have just made a Miles Morales Spider-Man movie, and I would have been much happier with all your decisions. I mean, they even gave him one of Miles' friends. When they gave him a different name. But it was one of Miles' friends. I mean, I'd have loved Miles being the MCU's Spider-Man post-roy. But I suppose because they did that, we got this instead, and I can't complain about that! Seriously, this is my favorite, not only one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, and I've defended Spider-Man 1 and 2, Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2, and admittedly, I think I get a little too jealous and that because people shit on it. which is like, those movies too much, and when they really don't deserve that much amount of crap. Though I still like them, and I always love the original, but this. Yeah. And if you're wondering why there's no Far From Home trailer before this thing, like MCU Spider-Man. As such, I'm not inclined to spend money I don't have to spare watching the movie. I might do it next month. I might find another way of watching it, or then do a review. Because I understand that cable channels will air movies now much sooner than they used to. Well, not channels, but pay-per-view. I went into, but yeah. And I'm hoping to like that movie. But this home fucking run. I don't think I've had any movie I would just rate 10 out of 10. This movie is one of them. There's no movie I reviewed yet that I've rated. Well, I've only recently started using the rating system, but allow me to just go back and say none of the Avengers movies. I don't even think Endgame got a 10 out of 10, because Endgame had problems. Apparently stemming from the fact that writers and directors couldn't fucking figure out what the fuck is going on in the movie. This one has a few flaws, but as long as there's more to it, they're minor nitpicks. I was thinking they'd be bigger flaws, but no. Right, okay, so I talked about some misconceptions. First of all, I had no idea Penny Parker existed before this movie. Like I said, I have peripheral knowledge of the comics. I know more about Miles than I do about Into the Spiderverse storyline, because I swore off of the Spider-Man comics a long while ago because of how terrible it is. So I rescinded that rule, and I haven't been get back into it ever since the new guy took over. Because, he actually cares about the characters. And doesn't have to be here for his own worst enemy. Or make Peter be a jackass. Or give me one. Point is, my notes are longer than I thought they were. Okay, here we go. I thought Penny Parker, being like a Morgan, Japanese schoolgirl Spider-Man, basically, was, the movie's way of referencing, Japanese Garabon. I honestly know that's not true, because I was trying to look up what her language. It's called Spider-Man, or it's called Spider-Girl. Because I realized I kind of missed that in the movie. I don't think they ever actually called her Spider-Man. They just call her Penny Parker. And, as far as I can tell, that's what they did. That's how I found out. I looked at the original comic and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had known. The other one was, like I said, first one back. I did not know this was Miles Morales. I thought this was mainline Spider-Man been at for 10 years, and then gets all the other ones showing up. I even saw the Spider Mob image, I'm calling it, where they're all hiding together on the ceiling in the same spot, squished together. And I somehow missed two of the characters in that image. Actually, I think I straight up missed 3. The only ones I saw we were seeing was Spider-Man, Miles, and Gwen. Which is pretty fitting because, oh wow, I just hit up the, one there. It's pretty fitting because they're basically the main trio of this movie. Miles is the lead. Regular universe, because, yeah, this is Ultimate Universe where Ultimate Peter dies at the beginning. Not the way that, not the way he died in the comics, but still heroically saving the day and going out of his way to piss off Kingpin before he died. Seriously. Yeah. Aside from that, let's see. Right. And then, Gwen and Pete, main universe Peter show up and team up a bit. On a comic bomb, we're going, and then eventually, but the 3 I'm calling the Spider-Free show up. Or the Free Spiders. Because they're basically they're the extras to this group. They're the titular characters. It's free. They're the titular characters, and there's 3 of them. But yeah, Penny, who was the only one of those I knew was in this movie. It's hilarious considering I didn't even know she was a character that I even before it. I thought the spotlight was going to be shared between Miles, mainline spy Lee, Gwen, and Penny. So that shaped my expectations. I also thought, like I said, she was Japanese Spider-Man. A reference to Japanese Spider-Man, too. I'm actually more glad we got what we did, because, again, on my list of favorites, 3 parts of the movie, 3 spiders. They play off together excellently. Also, least favorites, their lack of screen time. I would have loved another 20 minutes just to deal with these 3. Because they not only play off together great, but they play off everyone else. Penny is... I swear to God, when I watched this, and I, again, thought she was Japanese Spider-Man, I made a joke to myself that I was going to put in there about how if they just took out Marvel just so they could make a joke about Kawaii Desu Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, I swear to God, not 10 minutes later, Kawaii Desu, and I'm like, fuck. I was not expecting her to actually say that! She was really jarring in the movie at first, I should say that, but when I got used to her, she was great. The woman was much better, but I've always been a fan of them. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. How do I establish this? Even if I'm not a big comics fan, because the comics are problematic, and not just because of what happened with mainline universe, but also because all the other stuff connected to big comic books nowadays. Anyways, right, I was not expecting that. And then I realized, oh God, she was like the embodiment of moe tropes in anime. Like, she's so disgustingly moe at first. Obviously, I got used to it and actually really like it, but that might be due to my apparent weakness to adorable anime girls. Not in the waifu sense, because that's disgusting. Because that's disgusting. No, I mean in the sense of, oh, it's a cute kid. And anyone who's seen my reviews, I'm also fond of the two adorable anime girls there, too. Just to clarify. And I know some people are weird about that shit. It's disgusting. But, yeah. Oh, anyways, back to likes, dislikes. I got sidetracked. Welcome to my reviews. Intros. I love the intros. For all of them. I love the intro for Spidey and the Ultimate Spidey. I lost my shit when they had him do the dance. I like Spider-Man 3. I admit it's not the greatest movie. It has a lot of flaws. It has too many villains. But I actually love the dance because I'm convinced it was purposely made as dumb as possible. And here he is, full suit. I'm like, the same music. Oh my god. I lost my shit. And then they did it again. And then they did it again. And then they closed it all up with Miles. And And my last dislike, short length. I thought the movie was too short. I love it. It was fun. Can I be blamed for wanting more? Like, most of these movies I review are not things I'm going to go back and watch a second time afterwards. I actually think I'm going to go do that. Maybe not today. But sometime this week, I'm going to turn it on again and just watch it for fun. I haven't watched a movie for fun in a while that I haven't, because I've got a lot of time, got a lot of stuff I gotta do in life. So I generally only save time for watching movies for reviews. And I don't do that a lot because reactions take a lot of time to do and make. Yeah? Yeah. Anyways. On to the events of the movie. Right, I've already talked about how it started with Spider-Man, which is pretty great. Another great moment was when the car came, when he was on a date with MJ and the car smashed through the window. But yeah, we get that opening. And then, we see a bit from the TV show. I love the references in this movie, because Spider-Mobile. Fucking love it. Right, yep, sorry, just distracted. And then we cut to Miles, living his daily life, being awesome. Drawing art and listening to music when he should be getting ready to school. Having this well-edited theme in his family, and it took me a moment to honestly get used to the art style, but once I noticed the little dots in everybody but Penny and Spider-Ham, it suddenly clicked and worked perfectly. That's why she stuck out so much, because going full Kawaii no Desu, I promise I'll try not to say that again. That has to be a pleasant for anybody watching this. Okay. I was not expecting that, and that made it really jarring. Not that it was bad, that was my own fault and my own preconceptions, my own general dislike towards anime in general. So, thankfully, they avoided the, pedophilic fan service thing they like to do with anime likes to do with the underage girls. So, Anyways, sorry, had to get the pop shot in there. He goes to school, smacking his graffiti stickers wherever he can. I love that he takes the time to do one, and that was at the end when he has superpowers. And, yeah. He trips up, crashes into the middle of the walk, and gets picked up by his dad. He takes him to school. And it's just this great little family moment, you know, when family is getting on each other's nerves, you can tell they care about each other. And I especially love the moment when his dad responds to him not saying I love you back via pulling out the speaker on his cop car and not letting up until his son, and from the whole school, says, I love you back. That's great. That is amazing. But yeah. You know, he goes to school, things happen, blah blah blah. And then he proceeds to go, hey, trying to do his homework. Oh, no, there's this great moment when he comes to class late, turns it in a test where he got every answer wrong. The teacher's not stupid, it can tell, knows he's smart enough to get at least most of these right, and has figured out he got all of them wrong on purpose. And gave him 100. Anyways, because, you know, he clearly knew exactly what he had to say to get them all wrong. He knew which ones were wrong from the get-go. He just chose those ones. All because he wanted to get kicked out of the new school. Then he goes and hang out with his uncle, who as established, isn't exactly getting along great with his brother, but gets along great with him. And they go out and do some hidden graffiti. You know, some little stuff. Which then gets him miles bit by this tease of a spider, which is supposed to be radioactive. But given the way it's glitching the frick out like the opening cinematic of this movie was, and as we later see at the others, it's pretty clear that this thing was so much as radioactive as it was from another universe. Or if it was radioactive with parallel dimensional energy. So it was a bit different than your average one. Also, I saw Alchemax, and my mind immediately went to Spider-Man 2099, which... it's not Miguel. Yeah, Miguel was in the post-credit, and yeah, it was a silly thing. But it was a post-credit scene. We're getting more. I knew we had to get more with that. You had to, right? So, I'm happy. I might do a Spiderverse reaction to the show. Not to the spin-off or movie. Well, spin-off, not stuff. But anyways. Yeah. Things happen. You know. He goes to bed. Wakes up next morning actually relatively fine and underreacting compared to, say, the Spider-Man TV show to Spider-Man. He only starts freaking out later. And then he runs into Gwen, who's figured out something is up with him and is chatting with him despite him being kind of failing. Like, he's having a major freak out here. His thoughts are loud. Screaming out his thoughts aloud. His jeans are a little tighter. Did I just start puberty? He says, right behind his roommate, who stops and looks at the screen just to make it clear that you said that out loud. makes a similar symbol in front of a Gwen. And he tries this move to hit on girls that his uncle showed him. Hey. When they reach out and grab her, trying to go, hey. He, of course, messes up, grabs her hair, and... I was wondering why she was actually so suspicious. It became obvious later, but yeah. RIP! Goes her hair, because his hands now stick to things. Which leads to things going wrong. And eventually leads to him freaking out across the building. His hands stuck to pigeons. Slam! Window! Down. Everyone turns look. Look away. Slam! Window down. What? Slam! And he does this all the way back to his freaking room. And then he gets a Spider-Man comic in his face. And then he grabs the comic, trying to get it off. Yes, why is this happening to me? Stop sticking! He pulls off a page where Spider-Man says, stop sticking! The meta of this movie is great. But yeah. And we just have a lot of moments like that. He goes out to try his powers. Eventually, Inspect goes to a bit, but then it goes to Inspect Spider. Suddenly, Spider sense. He dodges out of the way of something crashing through, and hey, it's Spider-Man! They eventually have a little moment. Spider-Man promises to teach him how to be a spider, how to do their thing. Have a brief moment of bonding. And then they have a great big battle. And with Spider-Man shoved into this big portal, alternate dimension portal thing. Which is the cause for all different Spider-Man to show up. All we really know is that out of them, apparently only Gwen showed up a week earlier. And a lot of them are smarter than the others. And three of them are at least smarter than the first two. The three spiders are the ones smart enough to figure out, hey, let's go check up with Aunt May. But yeah. Things go wrong. Peter's badly injured. But he could survive. And then Kingpin comes along and he pisses him off. And then his body gets dumped and the entire world knows he's the hero. Before that, though, he managed to request that Miles go blow up the machine with the thing. Sweating up there. Unfortunately, Miles didn't have the power, was still new enough that he didn't really have any idea how to do that, and he had to basically run for his life after Peter died. Later on, there's this great scene that Kid managed to get a tear out of an eye. Small one, but still. Where he buys a Spider-Man costume. And he asks him, if it doesn't fit, can I return it? And Stanley goes, it'll fit eventually. Or, hold on, it was a really touching moment. Let me just... Maybe that he'll grow into it. That coming from basically a line that coming from Stanley means that he'll grow into it. And then he shows up along with everyone else dressed for the memorial for Spider-Man, dressed up as Spider-Man. And then goes to learn how to use his powers. He messes up, falls, and breaks this thing he got given by Spidey. Later on, he goes to Spidey's grave to apologize for fucking up, only for a guy in a Spider-Man costume to touch him on the back and say, "Hey," or his normal goes, "Hey, kid," and then Miles freaks out, zaps him, and gets web stuck to him. And thus we're introduced to Peter B. Parker, whose life isn't going so great, but at very least, he didn't sell his fucking marriage to the devil to bring his Aunt May back. Yeah, I'm salty about that. Still salty. And I can't help but feel the way that thing was done. They were making fun of that. So yeah. Some cops show up, noticing disturbance, and think some kid's been running off with a corpse. Peter just gets his crap beat out of him, like, there's the Parker luck kicking in. And this fat slob Peter eventually comes to and has a chat with the kid. Where cynical slob has a bit of a has-been Peter is eventually just planning on going off to blow the thing up and make his way back to his home universe. Not even bothering blowing the thing up, even if it kills everyone else slowly. But Miles managed to eventually guilt trip him. Also, his body begins breaking down. Where we learn that anything that stays in this universe that isn't there for too long will die. So eventually they head out. They head up the place to make a new one of the Goobers, as they're being called. To break the thing. To use it and break it. They break in. Miles sees Kingpin, freaks out because he doesn't want to leave any Spider-Man alone with Kingpin. And manages to sneak in. Whereupon, a mad scientist lady having a argument with Kingpin about how this machine will blow everything up and everything, and she seems really concerned about the side effects of using it. And Kingpin goes, 24 hours to working and all that. So Spidey sneaks in, trying to steal the stuff off the computer. Partway through, Miles fucks up and discovers he can turn invisible, and through it, alerts the attention of the mad scientist lady. She comes in and goes, "Oh my god, Spider-Man, aren't you supposed to be dead?" Pulls his mask up. So that's usually a no-no, and it seems like she's flirting with him a bit. Because that's what he was planning on doing, working his old Parker charm. I'm like, meanwhile, he has Miles trying to get the computer, but see, she has absolutely no desktop organization. And so, Miles just says frick it, and steals the whole computer. Right about this point, Peter figures out there's something wrong with the mad science lady. He's figured it out and calmly explained excitedly explained that he's going to die painfully. She can't wait to watch it this time. And then she sheds her mad scientist outfit and reveals what she's wearing underneath it. At which point, and introduces herself as Dr. Octavius. She's the local Doc Ock. Now, I'm not sure Doc Ock if Ultimate Doc Ock was a woman. I'm not the most knowledgeable about Ultimates. Like I said, there's a lot of problems with that setting. So that outside of Miles, I didn't care, and even then, comic books. So honestly, the most I know about Ultimate, which includes recognizing what Ultimate Gun will look like pretty easily, can all come from this. A pretty great video game based on a storyline from the Ultimate Comics. And now, it just got itself, because of this movie, it just got itself moved up on my game Let's Play list. It's not going to be immediately, of course. I've got 1 or 2 more games to go for it, but it will be happening soon. Right, because I stream. I Let's Play and stream games with people now, and that was on the list. Moved up. And might even be happening by the time this goes up. Anyways, right, yeah. So, we grade this a little about a while. Eventually, Peter breaks free, and informs Miles that great news, we don't need the monitor because Miles stole the monitor too. Eventually, Doc Ock notices that that someone invisible is making off with their shit. They've managed to temporarily lose her in the battle. And, try to sneakily, casually make their way, because Miles' invisibility isn't working anymore, through a cafeteria. And not only does it not work, they do get pretty far before anyone actually notices them. But then the entirety of the scientific group pulls out guns and starts shooting at them. Ah, I love that. Usually those guys are just the faceless scientists making the mad science happen, but nope. They are ready to put someone down. Damn. But yeah, they make it through into the forest where Miles is failing to learn how to web swing with his borrowed web swing gauntlet from Peter. And they're in sync, and Peter is having the spark of being a hero reignited in him. And it's loving their little teamwork. When Doc Ock catches up to them, they, well actually, he glitches out. Doc Ock catches up to them, and it looks like they're in a lot of trouble. When Gwen comes in to save the day, kicks the ass of Doc Ock and helps the three of them to make it out with the computer. Doc Ock shows up and is unhappy. He just killed Spider-Man. He does not like having him around. But she's got good news for him. This means they're free Spider-Man, which means the scientific experiment success. You can have all the families, because it's real. It's actually his experiment to resurrect his family, including his wife Vanessa. I don't know if she's called Vanessa in the comics, but I do know she's called Vanessa and Vanessa. I don't know which came first for her, but I'm happy to notice that fact. Which eventually gets Tombstone to stop him pointing his guns at her. I gotta admire that guy's dedication. He's being choked out, and he is not wavering a dog with his guns. And it's not until Kingpin goes that he puts his guns down. But yeah. So after reconvening, Gwen points out the smart thing, and they all go up to Aunt May's, and where Aunt May guesses they're interdimensional travelers. Even if she's extraordinarily happy to see a version of Peter who actually looks just almost like her Peter. Because the others that did show up aren't. They get taken out back and shown off the Spider Cave, along with the Spider-Mobile. All the awesome suits, where he managed to make Peter feel better by showing that one of the Spider suits had a cape. Which makes which cheers Peter up because he'd just been ranting at Miles earlier about no capes, and he decided to add a cape to his store-bought, badly put together costume. Anyways, and then Aunt May casually reveals, "Oh, you think you're the only ones who showed up?" That's his idea. And first, we get Noir Spider-Man hanging from the ceiling. His cape, his trench coat casually waving in the wind. And he gives a classic Noir speech. And then we get Kawaii Nadesho! Sorry, I found it basically the best way to sum up that moment. Wow, that. And she does not stop up with the disgustingly mowing. Yes. And then we get Spider-Ham, who I actually do remember finding out was the movie, but I actually forgot, and I'm happy because I got to experience Spider-Ham! Now that's the one I definitely didn't know about, by the way, because Spider-Ham is like one of the first what-if characters I found out about, and it's one of the reasons why I'm annoyed about comic books, because I really want to read Spider-Man. But yeah, he also sucks down a bit because he's comic cartoony. Yeah, right. Of course, you hit at the end. I like that moment. Or is he just allowed to say that? And the best part is the only reason he is. I have to wonder what. That I don't know why he was actually. That particular pig, the quote Porky Pig. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, they all introduce each other. They find out Miles is the only one who's not lovable, but he's also not the only. They all proceed to hammer down on Miles, trying to repair him. See if he's truly ready to deal with it. Being a bit too rough and literally hammering him down as well as mentally. Even though he's only been doing this for a little bit. But he still wants to do good and wants to help. But they decide that, one of them has to stay behind and activate the thing, and both of them say no. But whoever does is going to die if it's on them. And they think he'll die because he's not ready and probably won't be able to keep the thing going anyways. And there's actually quite a good material between the three spiders when they do that, but Spider-Man also acts like a bit of a bitch in that moment. They're all backing like jerks and assholes and bitches there. So. I mean, even if some of it is a fair point, they went a little overboard. They went overboard. And managed to help him get his invisibility working, at least for a while. As he runs away. Eventually, he he makes his way to his uncle's, and who he wants to have a chat with, to talk things out, because his uncle's always been there for him, you know? He's the one who gets him, and he believes his uncle will have good advice. But while he's in his apartment, one of the bad guys who's been sitting after him shows up. He barely managed to hide from this guy, even as the Jurassic Park thing. I swear to God, this is the sound right before things start being eaten by dinosaurs playing. I swear to fucking God, that's the theme that starts playing. And eventually, the bad guy takes his mask off and, oh, it's his uncle! When he couldn't contact his uncle earlier in the morning, I thought maybe that he might be a bad guy, but it wasn't really something that stuck in my mind. I'm not, whatever. And then this happened. I'm like, yeah, the moment his uncle will show up in the apartment, I knew it had to be his uncle. There's no reason for this guy suddenly to catch his scent. But, yeah. His uncle begins chasing him down while he runs out to the city, not knowing it's actually his nephew. He barely managed to avoid the guy, makes it back to the house just in time for Kingpin and Doc Ock and the Intruders to show up and start a fight. And May asks them to take it out, but nobody does. Eventually, she stops asking and picks up her baseball bat. And actually kicks one of the bad guys' ass on her own. Now see, that's how you do an awesome Aunt May. Brought to fight, he helps keep the new Hoover, the key to the machine they're going to blow up, safe, but eventually ends up caught by his uncle. And while being choked out, he manages to get his mask up. Which, his uncle, not being a complete bad guy, stares shocked for a few months, pulls his mask back down, puts it down, and stands back. And he gets shot by Kingpin, because apparently Kingpin's an asshole in this movie. He swings with him away, hears his last words, and then leaves to go try to live up to it, only for... Well, actually, no, it's to go have grief, because his dad just showed up and is pointing a gun at him. And he's not ready to deal with that. His dad orders ATV because he thinks his brother just got killed by Spider-Man. Eventually, they all meet up back in his room, where they have a great moment where they all talk about how people they lost when they started out. That the responsibility of being Spider-Man, more importantly, the ideal Spider-Man, of doing the right thing no matter what, comes with loss and pain and suffering. If the right thing were easy, we wouldn't be doing it. Now would it? Everybody would be doing it. Being Spider-Man, that means doing the right thing even when the universe itself doesn't want you to. It's a great moment of comfort for all of them, help them with that. And then the guy's roommate shows up, and they're all squished into the wall. It's just them skittering around the walls. It's great. All of them unmasked, except, Nor, who never takes his mask. Oh, and another scene. Discovers his strange obsession with a Rubik's Cube. Which, being from a black and white universe, he can't actually make out. All he knows is it's a thing. He doesn't understand. But he will. Anyways. Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't manage to stay out outside the roommate. And then Spider-Man goes, hey, this is the universe where animals talk, because I don't want to freak him out. and the dude passes out. I mean, to be fair, it is quite a sight. But yeah, after that, the rest of them head out, and Peter reveals that he's planning on being the one to stay behind, and Miles is clearly ready. When Miles tries to push him, he proceeds to make it clear that the only way Miles is doing it is if he can push past him and force his way into the group. When he can't, when he can barely use his abilities, he ties him to the chair and with webbing and leaves him. Then Miles' dad shows up and doesn't open the door because he thinks his son is being angsty at him and had to talk with him, but doesn't talk about the uncle because he's not responding yet. Tries to comfort him and tells him how much he believes him and all that, and that helps push him and gives him that moment of clarity where he can finally to understand and use his powers. He explodes his way out of that chair, turns invisible as briefly looks up, looks around, and passes the fuck out again, and proceeds to just go back to sleep, and then proceeds to go in and join the group. Which, did I mention the fact that Penny has a robot that's powered by a spider she has a psychic connection with? Because, yeah, that's weird, but I like it. Like that, I really like Penny. I've always liked the other two members of the three spiders that I've known. And for me, this is my first time meeting this character, and even if I think they leaned on the anime tropes a bit too hard for her, she's great. I like it. And I like her robot. And I especially like the scenes when they sneak into the building with the thing. Because they've got focused. They've all put bow ties on because they're waiters dressed up as Spider-Man. Because Kingpin is that hack. Thrown a sheet over to Penny's robot, and he just does this adorable image that you're like, oh gosh, that's absolutely adorable. Where she's piloting the robot and stuffing her face full of candy at the same time. They get down there, only, turns out Kingpin isn't an idiot, and they were waiting for him. Doc Ock, all his men begin starting a fight where they can't access the thing, and then Miles comes in to save the day. First, causing Doc Ock to start punching herself, then zapping her out for a short bit. The machine starts going haywire as too much energy is pumped into it to do something impossible. And things just start going weird. The world itself starts tearing itself apart, and things get very weird in the room. Which leads to a fight involving Kingpin, Tombstone, all that. It's a bunch of separate fights. Scorpion makes fun, destroys Penny's robot, which causes her to cry, which makes me sad, because, adorable young girl. Sad. Always gets me. Scorpion gets taken out by Spider-Man, who's offended at being just at being cartoon like it's an insult. Because he's basically a Looney Tunes character. Then Yours and Penny and little Spider-Man swing away while the other three, the main three, fight Doc Ock. Thankfully, she's taken out by a truck that suddenly appeared there, right when they were all gearing up for a long fight. With that taken care of, they all go up to the machine and they all go back. They all get a great goodbye. Penny goes first. Door goes second, taking the Ruby Scoop with him. and apparently building a shrine to it, according to the credit scene. That some of the images in the credits. He did manage to solve it eventually, even though he's literally black and white world. Spider-Pig lives in his hammer space hammer, which admittedly is certainly going to come in handy. Having a hammer that you can just pull out of just reach behind you and pull out. Not even having a pocket to stick it into at any time is incredibly useful. Even if for most fights, his Venom strike is actually better. Yeah. And then Gwen goes back with an earlier moment had when the real Gwen had Miles say he liked her hair, and she went, "You don't get to like my hair," because she had the spot shaved where he accidentally pulled out a bunch of her hair because of his sticky hands. He says it again. I like your say I like your hair now. And anything. She opens up, finally having friends again. Goes through, and just when normal Peter ready to go through, Kingpin shows up. Normal Peter is telling Miles to get away. He'll blow the thing up and beat Kingpin. Miles isn't putting up with this shit, derails it, and manages to send the portal. And a great moment, and I forgot to mention the great moment where the big reason he had a divorce is because he didn't want kids. But after seeing this and helping mentor Miles, he's suddenly much more keen on the idea of having kids from this. So he passes the portal. Miles has an extraordinarily difficult fight where reality begins breaking apart further and further, and his powers don't work always great for him. Oh, I forgot to mention where he stopped by Aunt May's, took the normal Spider outfit, and spray painted it into his. Took a spare set of web shooters. Right, yeah. That was just great. Especially when she was just calmly waiting for him. Seriously, Ultimate Aunt May, you are the best. Why can't MCU Aunt May people like her? Anyways. So yeah. Train failing for a moment. Right. A difficult battle, and with Miles only managing to pull himself out because his dad somehow got into the control area, and it's cheering him on because he can finally tell you that he's the only way that reality is about to fucking break down completely. It pushes him, he manages to beat Kingpin and turn the machine off, and then he leaves Kingpin strung up, one of his a graffiti style sticker with blah 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 from Spider-Man for the cops. I forgot to mention that we of course got intros for all three of the three spiders smushed together with Spider-Ham's interrupted partway through by normal Peter. That was funny. I kind of wish we had each gone. Like I said, I would have liked the three spiders to be more developed in this movie. But in fairness, at least Spider-Ham is Spider-Ham. He doesn't need the most development, and nor actually does have a lot of development screen time in one of the side games. Spider-Man games a while back, Web of Shadows. It's nothing to do with the movie, but he's had a lot more screen time than Penny, who I feel like could have used a lot more. Like I said, breakout character for me in this movie. Even though I started out kind of annoyed with her. I can definitely see why she quickly developed a lot of fans in this movie, and Miles definitely got a lot of fans in this movie. Miles always great, but this movie has allowed him to shine. Right, but yeah, saves the day, has this moment where he calls his dad, he gets emotional, and his dad gets emotional, so he hangs up, goes down in costume, hugs his dad, says I love you, which accuses the fuck out of his dad, especially since he's trying to play off being not your son. It's totally not your son, officer. But still hugs him and says I love you. He leaves, leaving the gift, and then we get the final moment of the movie where he, has his intro, just like all the others. Partway through, we get clips of how life is going for all the other Spideys, and it's great. Penny's rebuilding her robot. Nor has cracked code on how Rubik's Cube works. It's great. And then, as an excellent broken, Miles lays down, puts on his headset, and listens to the same music he started with. And then, portal opens up, and Gwen asks Miles if he prefers help. That's why I want more movie. That cliffhanger. This movie's great. And then I watched the credits, which were very funny to watch, design-wise. And I thought, you know what? This isn't Marvel, but I would love if there was an after credit scene. So I looked and it's like, wait, that looks like there might be next. Let's get to the end. Let the last few credits roll. And here's this characters. And while I don't recognize them, we reached to one of them mentions the other character's name, Miguel. And Spider-Man 2099! He gets his own reality traveling device, and the first place he ends up, the original Spider-Man cartoon, where he's having a point-off with the freaking meme scene. Oh my god. I fucking love this movie. I love this movie. This was fantastic. Utterly fantastic. And I really enjoyed it. It's just fucking great. But yeah. This movie made me want to play this game, and while I'm not stopping my current let's play or skipping my next one because it's rented and I like to get it done and sit back for the next one. Which, if you're wondering, it's not like Insomniac, which I haven't seen, but I know it's very different. It's like Spider-Man 2, but with ultimate themes. I'd love to explore that world and everything with y'all on stream when that happens. I like that. I don't know when that will happen. If I have already started it, like I said, link in the description to my Twitch channel if you want to check it out. Somewhere on my channel is a link to my other channel. At the end of the video, there's always a link to my other channel. But that's about it. I don't know what else to say. I fucking love this movie. I'm utterly fucking hyped for what's coming next.